Hey gang, it must be Wednesday because we're here for Wisdom Wednesday. Mark Sweeney here and the K-team, Krista and Kirsten, my favorite two dentists in the world, helping me bring some information to y'all. As you know, if you've tuned into previous Wisdom Wednesdays, we try to keep it on the lighter side, but also educate audiences to new things in dentistry, new things in medicine, new things to just have a healthier lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. And exactly. Today is no different. As you also know, if you've tuned in before, we have a theme every month, and this month it is March Madness for the NCAA basketball tournament that's about to start. The UT women just won the last Big 12 tournament last night, so the tower was orange. Hopefully the men will follow suit this weekend, and then it gets into March Madness after this weekend. They'll pick a 64 team draw, and everybody in the whole country makes out their grids, and some lucky winner. Warren Buffett every year says he'll pay $1 million to somebody that picks it all right. But every year on the first weekend, a number 16 team knocks off a number 1 team and blows everybody's bracket. So anyway, that's coming. That's March Madness. Our version of March Madness is we want to be mad about your health and bring you something. So here we are today. This is no different. We've got a great topic today. Kirsten, you want to introduce it?
Yeah, let's
what
get to our topic. Does having white teeth matter?
White teeth matter. Do you think white teeth matter?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just because I'm a dentist. I just feel good about myself when I have white teeth.
Oh, yeah.
And we got the studies to prove it. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the SMILE study. Some researchers did a SMILE study where they took two groups of people, one with non-whitened teeth and another group that they whitened their teeth, and then they sent them on job interviews and on first dates, two kind of big occasions where first impressions matter. And so let's talk about the job interviews first. What happened?
Well, job interviews, people who had whiter teeth were 58% more likely to get the job, to get hired, and 53% more likely to have a higher salary. We love
white teeth do make a difference. Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about the first dates.
So it turned out on the first date, participants, that they found that they were more attractive and that they were more confident with their new whiter smiles. So on the first date, they had more success, basically, long term.
We're not going to describe success, but we know
what it looks like when we're there.
We have an idea.
Yeah.
Let your imagination.
So it doesn't guarantee anything, but we've actually seen this just testimonial-wise in our own practice. We just put 4 new veneers on a young man who had spaces between his teeth, and he came back today for a 48-hour follow-up just after 2 days of these new teeth in his mouth without the spaces. He's smiling bigger. He's already said his girlfriend gave him a thumbs up. His mother thinks he's more handsome than she thought he was even already, which is a big deal for a mother. So we see this every day in our practice, that enhancing somebody's smile, whether it's with whitening or with being even more involved, that it makes a difference in their lives. They come in for years after and they're smiling bigger. They'll tell us that they got a new job, sometimes a new spouse, sometimes a spouse when they didn't have one before, all because we improved their smile. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the benefits of improving your smile.
Well, we have 5 benefits, 5 psychological benefits listed for you today. First one is smiling improves your mood. Second one is smiling makes a good first impression. Third, smiling is contagious. Fourth, smiling can make you more attractive. And fifth, smiling can bring you career success.
Wow. That's a pretty good list.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I would say
pretty
so.
powerful stuff.
So how do we get to this beautiful smile? Mark, tell us. What are some ideas?
Well, there's 3 main categories. Whitening is kind of entry-level smile improvement. We do probably 2 a day, usually 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. For less than $400, you can get a whiter smile in less than 90 minutes. Typically painless unless you've got extremely sensitive teeth. And people walk out of here with 6 to 8 shades whiter teeth, and they just can't stop smiling. And then we hear the next week, their spouse comes in to get their teeth whitened because they don't want to be around somebody that has significantly whiter teeth than they do. And everybody's happy. It's a relatively minor expense for a big bang for your buck, and typically it lasts 3 to 5 years. Unfortunately, everybody's teeth get darker as we age, but this turns back the clock.
And we love instant gratification. They get to leave and be whiter right away. You don't have to have the trays or the strips on your teeth for 30 days. You just
it happens in 90 minutes. So, what's number 2?
Invisalign. We talked about it a lot recently. Kirsten and I brought Invisalign to the practice, and we're passionate about it. We love it. Speaking of whitening, we know you want to feel good with your whiter smile, so you get whitening with Invisalign. It's a kind of a double whammy. People care. Get that straight smile.
Straightening slightly crooked teeth out is just as big of a boost as whitening them. Doing both, a 1-2 punch.
Yep.
And then finally, we got the smile makeovers, from anywhere from a couple of veneers like we did on the high school kid this week. We only did his front 4 because that's where the spaces were. But what a difference it made on this young man to make him turning from a 10 into a 15. And you know, from that, we go to people who have worn down or neglected their teeth for 30 years of their adult life, and by the time they're in their 40s or 50s, there's not much left to show, and that requires a more extensive smile makeover, sometimes upper and lower teeth. But boy, what a difference it can make on somebody that over a 30-year period has worn things down, and over 2 appointments a month apart, we put it all back, sometimes better than it ever was, but at least as good as it was when they were 19, 20 years old, and it gives them a new lease on life. And they typically come in smiling bigger, even while the temporaries are on.
Not only is it instant gratification for our patients to have a more beautiful smile, but we actually feel so much better by giving these patients the opportunity to smile big and confidently, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, Mark,
that's our passion.
It is. Should we get to your health tip of the week?
Our health tip for the week. I give one every week. This one is a no-brainer. The sun is out. Spring is coming. We sprang forward on Saturday night. I missed that hour of sleep, but I like it being light. It's 6 o'clock and it's still light outside. So summer is right around the corner, and that means with the sun out, get out there and get some sun exposure. Don't overdo it, but get some sun. An hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon. Sun hitting your skin creates vitamin D production in your body. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to tell it to do that. But the sun exposure on your skin creates vitamin D, and vitamin D makes the world go around. It boosts your immune system. It helps coagulate blood. It does a lot of good things in your body. And all you got to do is just go take a walk in the neighborhood for 20 minutes and with short sleeve shirt on. So vitamin D. And that's all we got to say about that. So it is the end of our episode of Wisdom Wednesday. We are halfway through March, and so we will see you next week for another version of
Wisdom
Wednesday.